Hey everybody, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me. This is going to be a brief show. So while I've got you, I want to go ahead and get you to, if you're listening on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. And if you're feeling up to it, go ahead and leave me a comment. If not, just I thank you for watching. And if you're listening on your podcast player, go ahead at the bottom, send a text message to me. Let me know how it's going. That's a comment. That's going to let me know that you're listening, how it's going, what you're thinking about the show. And if you're feeling so inclined, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll let you know, like I told you on the last show, one person with the minimum amount of the subscription amount pays for 3 months worth of shows. And that's very appreciated. I don't overlook that. I thank you guys very much for that. If you do that, if you can't continue listening, I appreciate it. Thank you for all the attention that you're giving me. And I appreciate it. Today, I just want to give you a little tool that you can use for teams that may be looking at you or teams that you may want to go to. So this tool will tell you exactly why they're targeting you. They're going after you because it shows their depth charts. It shows the roster and all the transfer students and everything. So it gives you a really good picture of exactly what's going on. And it's updated weekly. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So I'm going to actually do this live as we're talking. So the name of the site is going to be ourlads.com. That's OURLAD as in Delta, S as in Sierra.com. All right. So when you go there, it's going to show you NFL charts, NCAA charts. If you want to just check in NFL, we're not really focusing on that, but it just gives you all the different teams, the different conferences, divisions that they're in. Just lets you know what the depth chart is. It kind of goes through and just lets you know pretty much, well, if you watch football, NFL, you know that. The thing that we're after is going to be NCAA charts. So go ahead and hit that. So you can see it shows all the different conferences in their alphabetical order. So ACC, Big 10, Big 12. It's going to have all the different conferences. Okay. So these are going to be the top major conferences that you're, that are in the NCAA. So let's say you're being recruited by a school. You're an offensive lineman and you're being recruited by a school. Let's say you're going, there's Utah checking you out. So Utah, you check right here. They're in the Big 12. So let's go to the depth chart for Utah. So first off, what it does, it shows the record 4-3 right now, currently, and 1-3 in conference, and they're 10th tie, and they have 27 active NFL players. It shows their conference, shows the city where the college is, the stadium, the turf of the field turf of the stadium, the head coach, offensive scheme. So if you're an offensive lineman, you're in the spread, you're going to be doing a lot of pass blocking. Defensive schemes, they do a 4-2-5. This was updated last Saturday, the 19th at 2:15 p.m. Eastern time. The little legend right there, the gold is a new addition, transfer, or freshman. And the purple is a top-rated underclassman. And the green it represents if they think they're going to go in round 1 or round 2 in the NFL draft. All right, so we're offensive linemen. You see here, right, under the receivers, we've got left tackle, left guard, center, right tackle. So if you're an offensive lineman, you usually can switch between guard and tackle. And a lot of offensive linemen can go center, guard, and tackle. So it truly, in my opinion, it doesn't matter in a high school where you play left or right, guard or tackle. I think you can switch back and forth still in college and still be successful. So let's take a look at all of them. So the first one, left tackle, you've got a redshirt freshman. So he's actually a year older than what he came in. So he's a redshirt freshman. We've got a redshirt junior. So that position is not really stacked, but they've got a young guy in there starting and a junior backing him up. So the freshman may be there a while. If you're a stud, you can knock him off. That might be something worth trying. One thing you want to consider is when you're looking at these, you have to look at your year, what year you're in, and what year the player in that you're looking at. So like right here, we've got a junior. If you're a junior, when he's a senior, he may not even be there as a senior, but when he's a senior, you'll be a senior. When you come in as a freshman, he'll be gone. This sophomore here, he's going to be 3 years old, so he'll be a junior as well. So you just have to kind of look at that and kind of predict where you are and predict if they may leave and go to the league, they may get drafted, or they just may not play anymore. So you kind of have to take that in consideration as well. For center, we've got a senior, well, actually two seniors, 1 and 2 spots. Right guard, we've got junior, sophomore. Right tackle, we've got a sophomore and a redshirt senior. So you just kind of have to look at the depth. What you can also do with linemen, there's not a lot of stats, but you could actually click on the person, the name, and you can get some of his stats. It's 6'5", 295. And kind of tell you where it's from and all that. So with linemen, it doesn't really give you a lot of stats. But when you start getting into the receivers, middle linebackers, defensive backs, they start giving you some stats. So let's go check now. So we are a wide receiver. So let's pick a school that may be known for wide receivers. Let's go into the SEC. Check and see what we've got there. Let's say, okay, so you're a big-time recruit, big-time receiver. You're a 4-star, 5-star receiver. You want to go to Auburn. They are having a little bit of a down year, really down year. If you look at the conference schedule, they're 0-4. But you're a receiver. You're going to try to make a difference. So let's look at first the X receiver. We've got a freshman, a junior, and the third is a redshirt sophomore transfer. So that's pretty stacked. They've got 3 deep, got a freshman, junior, and a sophomore. So kind of depends on where you are, what your class is, if you want to check that out. A Z receiver is going to be senior transfer. Got a freshman, so they're 2 deep on that. You may have a chance there. The H back, we've got senior transfer, redshirt senior transfer, freshman, and a senior transfer. So their core is not very deep. That freshman that's on the team, he may be a stud, but they're just not very deep as far as as the years go on. So actually, they do have a couple of freshmen here backing up the seniors. So they may be counting on those guys coming through later on. So that may be something. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the stats of these receivers. So the freshman, you got 2 touchdowns on 10 receptions and 259 yards. And it also shows career stats and this year stats. So game by game, he's getting 1 reception, 3 receptions, 2. So he's getting some work. Let's see if the backup gets anything in there. Yep, he got 5 receptions, 44 yards. He's got a touchdown. Gotten receptions in 2 games this year. So he's actually getting in a little bit. So let's go and look at Z receiver. He's got 6 touchdowns, 26 receptions, 526 yards. That's pretty good. Nice little average, 20.2. So look at his game stats. So 2 receptions, 7, 5, 5, 2, 2, 3. He's actually getting a lot of work in. And let's look at his backup. So this will also tell you which positions they're using the most as far as the skill positions. Let's go with the H-back. He's a senior transfer, 13 receptions for 113 yards. Okay. And now let's look at the freshman H-back. 2 touchdowns, 22 receptions, 289 yards, 13.1 average. All right. So you can see how this is really a good indicator of why they're looking at you and actually how you can gauge how much playing time you'll get. So let's flip to the defensive side. Let's go to one of the smaller conferences. Let's go Let's go Georgia Southern. Let's see what Georgia Southern's going with. They're 2-4 overall, 0-3 in the conference, so they need some help. They've got 2 active players. They're 6th in their conference in the East. So let's go with defense. So let's go with. So there are a lot of touted defensive ends. Wow, and they are actually really stacked in defensive tackle and the jack position. So let's see here. Say you're a defensive end. Okay, you see here they've got 3 deep. Got a junior transfer, actually 3 junior transfers. So if you're a junior or senior, this is maybe in your defensive end. This may be a good place for you to go. Okay, so look, let's check out the stats on number 1. They don't, I guess maybe on defense, they're not really putting out stats. Okay, so let's look at maybe, what do they have here? Middle linebacker, we've got this weak side. Let's go with middle linebacker. Got solo tackle. Robinson, Xavier. So on defense, they don't have a whole lot of stats. Let's see about safety. Strong safety. We got a senior transfer, a sophomore, and a junior transfer. Okay, 14 solo tackles, passes defended 5. Wow, here's his yearly, his 2024 stats. So pretty much it's just a few examples. We did 2 on offense and 1 on defense. So just kind of gives you an example of, you know, say Boise State is hot after you. You check their roster or the depth chart and you figure out, wow, they have a couple juniors and a senior at my position. So that's why they're trying to get me. They must think I'm a pretty good player. I think I can compete there. So check this out. If you like it, let me know. Leave me a comment. I hope you get something out of it. I hope it helps you in your search or where you want to send film. Another thing I want to point out too, this is a good way, a good indicator of where you can send your film. So say you go to a camp, go to SMU camp. Okay, you go to the camp, you do all right, you don't really get noticed. None of the coaches are really paying attention to you, but you're a good player. Okay, so rather than boom, just sending out 50, boom, 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 coach, here's my film. After you go to that camp, you kind of get a contact for someone at the school or one of the coaches or the recruiting coordinator. You might have to stand to the side and listen to him talk to someone else and have him get out his Twitter handle to somebody else. You just pay attention to what that is. You say, hey, coach, hey, my name is John Smith. I was at your SMU camp. I really enjoyed it. I would appreciate it if you looked at my film. Boom. You got the link to your huddle or whatever, and they can go check it out. That is way better than him going to his inbox or wherever he goes to X or Instagram, seeing he's got 50 people saying, hey, look at my film, look at my film. He's got someone that's specifically saying, hey, coach, my name is John Smith. I was at your camp. Check me out. First thing he's going to do, he's going to go to the list and say, okay, let's look at the film. What did John Smith do? What did he do? How many passes did he break up? How many did he defend? Did he get in line? Maybe he didn't get in line as much, but when he did, he had quality reps. He'll do that before or even after he goes to look at your film. Otherwise, if he just gets a response or a message in his box saying, hey, look at my film, coach, 9 times out of 10, he's just going to trash it. He may look at a few plays or whatever, but if you call his attention out, say, hey, coach, I was there, he's going to actually go look at the roster. He may actually go look at the roster and say, hey, this guy did all right. Let's take another look at him. Then he'll look at your film. He may come and see you. He may come and see your school. He may come and see another player at your school and just see you. So this is a good tool to know where to direct. Basically, that's what I'm saying. This is a good tool to know where to direct your film to. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you got something out of it, let me know. Thank you. I appreciate you listening. Y'all have a good day.